There's something extra special about watching bees on sage flowers. Hi, Tracy from Nature's Heart. Welcome back to the garden. Today I'm out sitting beside sage, which is in flower and it's covered with bees. And so that's what I want to talk about today, the wisdom and magic of sage and the bees and their significance. I am outside in the garden, so please pardon any intermittent noise, gardening and all kinds of other things, including my puppy who wants to add her 2 cents worth to what I'm going to share. She has her own thoughts about bees. So when I'm talking about sage today, I'm sharing my own experiences with this particular plant. There are a lot of different kinds of sage. You've probably heard of white sage, which is Salvia apiana. That is not this. This is common garden sage. It is Salvia officinalis. Salvia apiana is an at-risk plant in North America. It's on the United Plant Savers at-risk list. And because of that, it's really, really important that we consider whether it's something that we should be using. So for me, I don't use it because I would rather work with this one, who I have a relationship with, and white sage has such an important cultural significance to the indigenous people of North America, and I feel that it should be saved for their purposes, and I am quite happy to work with this one. So this is my experience. There's no, when it comes to this, there's no right or wrong. I think when you go online, you can see all kinds of associations and correspondences and symbolisms for all kinds of plants. And for me, it really comes down to creating our own relationship. So as you can see, I'm creating a relationship with this one because I'm growing it, and it's been growing for, we planted it when we moved into this house about 4 years ago, 5, I guess. And it's flowered the last 2 years, which has been really, really fantastic to see all of the bees on it. So it's a beautiful blue color, and sage has a lot of significance. It's said to symbolize protection. It's also said to have to bring clarity and wisdom. It's good for purification and cleansing. It is something that is often burned before a spiritual ritual or ceremony. It's said to cleanse the space of negative energy and to help carry away anything that could impede the ritual or ceremony. So what I notice about sage is that it really makes me stop and go in and center in and connect with my own wisdom, and that is something that sage is said to do. It helps us connect with our own inner wisdom. It signifies clarity and wisdom, and I think it's because of that, because it helps us to go in and connect with our own inner wisdom. It's also said to provide kind of a shield, an energetic shield, which is part of its purifying and cleansing. You know, not only does it clear the space before a ritual, it can actually help during the ritual, helping to provide any kind of energetic protections that we might need if we're working in the spiritual realm. It's also, sage is very, very healing, and herbalists know that this is a really powerful healing plant. In terms of physical healing, it has a connection to the throat, and it's really good for sore throats and any kind of teeth or gum issues. And when I'm referring to that, I'm meaning a tea made from the fresh or dried plant. I'm not talking about the essential oil. The essential oil is ridiculously strong. Actually, funny story, sage essential oil was the last one I bought, and I didn't ever think, after my aromatherapy training, I didn't ever think I would use sage because it is incredibly strong and it has very limited uses and it has a lot of precautions. I did eventually buy some, and I use it very rarely. I do prefer working with the fresh plant or the dried plant because its power is, it's still powerful, powerful enough to be using it as in the fresh plant or in the dried plant rather than the essential oil. So just keep that in mind. I'm talking about the plant, not the essential oil. So when we think about the connection to the throat on the physical level, in energetic terms, it actually connects with this energy center in our throat. And so it can help with communication, and it's often said to help us communicate clearly. Remember, it talks about wisdom and clarity. And because it's connected to communication as well, you can imagine that sage can be a really helpful ally when we're trying to communicate our ideas. It's also said that if you cut some sage and put it under your pillow, it's said to bring you insightful and sometimes vivid dreams. So let's look at bees. Bees, you've probably seen me have a lot of pictures of bees. I am absolutely fascinated with bees. I think they have a special kind of magic. So to Druids, bees were particularly sacred. They're said to be messengers from the other world, and they actually are said to hold the wisdom of the Druids, of the ancient Druids, which is really, really interesting. So bees can symbolize focus, they can symbolize perseverance, and also communication. So imagine we're getting double wisdom here, communication from the sage and from the bees. So that's especially, it's really special. Bees also can remind us to find life's sweetness, because that's what they do. So I often think when I'm sitting watching the bees on the flowers, I'm really getting an extra special dose of healing, because there's just something really special about the bees and the way that they're seeking out this richest, sweetest part of the plant, in the flower. And so that's a really good message for us, for our life, to seek out life's sweetness. Bees also remind us to listen to our inner voice. Remember, they are associated with communication. So they want us to listen to our own inner voice. So again, bees on the sage, connecting to that deep inner wisdom, listening to our inner voice. And they're said to be able to guide us in helping to better align us to our soul's purpose. So, as I said, looking at this innocent little garden plant, there's a whole lot of wisdom there. So as I said, these are my understandings, my experiences with my particular sage plant and the bees that I have spent time with. You will find other people say different things, and that's great. That's the beauty of working with plants and being in nature, is we find our own comforts and our own associations. So thanks for watching. If you're interested in knowing more, you can find me at naturesheart.ca, and please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, where you will find a whole bunch of videos, and if you subscribe, then you won't miss any updates. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.